How's it going, everybody? Chris Cards back through the mail Monday. 7 returns for you today, including our very first return here from Boston, Massachusetts. Hope everyone out there had a great weekend. World Series is underway, and we've got an Angels team card from '74 signed by Skip Lockwood. Skip Lockwood only one season with the Angels, but it was in 1974. Did get into 37 games that year, so I thought it was worthy of being on the Angels team card. Of course, Skip Lockwood. He was a Met for 5 years. He also was a Brewer for 4 years, a Seattle Pilot, actually, an original Seattle Pilot back in 1969 for 1 year before making the trip to Milwaukee with the rest of the Pilots. Skip Lockwood, good little career, 12 years as mostly a relief pitcher. Actually didn't really start relieving until 1974, that year with the Angels. After that, pretty much mainly a reliever. 24 games with Boston in 1980. That was his final year in the Bigs. In between MLB seasons, he'd go to college. He'd go to lots of colleges. He went to 4 or 5 colleges, ended up getting 2 masters. In fact, he got 1 master's from MIT, one of the very few MLB players to graduate from MIT. So Skip Lockwood, nice to get a couple of these cards signed, as well as one for the 74 Topps team set. Thank you very much, Mr. Lockwood. What a great name. Let's move on, my friends, to return number 2. Tampa St. Pete for return numero dos with a return address on it from Dunedin, Florida. Is it Dunedin or Dunedin? It's Dunedin, right? Don't answer that. I know it's Dunedin. And we've got some answered questions, perhaps, maybe? Maybe not. We got Ray Burrus. We'll see what that is here in a second. Ray Burrus on an 84 Topps and an 84 Topps traded card. He went from Montreal to Oakland in, I think, December of 1983, maybe. That's why he's on the 84 Topps traded card. Played for a bunch of teams, actually. 15 years in the Bigs. Spent most of those years with the Cubs, 7 in fact. Also spent some time with the Expos, Brewers, Mets, A's, Cardinals, and the Yankees. Of course, as a pitcher, mostly a relief pitcher, also a starting pitcher. Kind of towards the end of his career, he started more than he relieved, so kind of a reverse career for a pitcher. Usually most of them start as a starter and end up as a reliever. He kind of went the other way. After his playing career, he coached for just about as many teams as he played for. The Rangers, Brewers, actually a pitching coach for the Brewers for a couple years, Cardinals, Tigers, as well as the Philadelphia Phillies. $10 a card for Ray Burrus, and I am missing a 74 Topps team card as well, which that does not make me too incredibly happy, but perhaps an oversight, I'm sure. Yeah. 74 Topps team card, not a team card, but a 74 Topps Cubs card, I think, for my set, and 2 84 Topps cards for my sets. $10 a card. At this rate, I'm just going to, of course, get what I need signed, but guess I'll have to resend the 74 Topps card. That is a bummer. Let's move on, guys. That's Ray Burrus. Let's move on, guys, to return number 3. All right, gang, return number 3 is from Greensboro, North Carolina. We've got NASCAR Hall of Famer Dale Inman here. Dale Inman, who came up with Richard Petty in the 50s as a member of his crew. Of course, he is second cousins with Richard Petty. Inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2012, as you see on the inscription. Spent 3 decades winning races with Richard as a crew chief. 188 victories, 7 championships with Richard Petty, all the way up until 1989 when he retired from Petty Enterprises. Dale Inman, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. In fact, left Richard Petty in 1981 and worked freelance for a few years for a few different teams, including winning another NASCAR title with Terry Labonte in 1984. So for 193 total victories. Of course, Richard had 200. Awesome return from Dale Inman. Great signer, 89 years young, still going strong. Nice return. There you guys go. I had a few of these Richard Petty cards where it's just his card. I'm like, well, dude, let's get his crew chief to sign him. And glad I did. They look awesome. There's information. Nice return from him. Moving on, guys. Yeah, NASCAR. Let's mix it up a little bit. Moving on, guys, to return number 4. All right, next return from Des Moines, Iowa. Out there in the cornfields of Iowa. Somewhere near the Field of Dreams. We've got Casey Blake back on a Fleer Tradition, a Fleer Ultra Gold Medallion from 2004. That's a cool set. Fleer Tradition from 99 and Topps Total from 2005. Massive checklist for Topps Total, a TTM collector's dream set right there. I wish they still did Topps Total. Casey Blake played for 13 years, 6 of those with the Indians, 4 years with the Dodgers, also played for the Twins, Blue Jays, and the Orioles. Good little corner infielder, played some outfield. There's information. Nice return from Casey Blake. 52 years young, if you want to feel old. It seems like he was just playing a few years ago, but a few years ago it was actually 2011, his last year in the majors. So there you guys go. Casey Blake, nice return from him. Let's move on, guys, to our next return. All right, gang, next return from Charlotte, North Carolina. Another NASCAR guy, maybe? It is Donnie Allison, brother to Bobby Allison, uncle to the late Davey and Clifford, Hall of Fame inductee 2024 into the, of course, NASCAR Hall of Fame. Nice return. Wow, 2 NASCAR guys in the same week. Of course, Bobby Allison passed away not that long ago. When I had a magazine, I wanted him to sign for the longest time, and I just never got around to sending it. So I think a few months ago I said, I'm going to send off some NASCAR guys, and you might see a few more back here in the next few weeks. Donnie Allison, awesome story. 20-year NASCAR career, won 10 races, 240 starts during that 20-year period. Of course, his brother Bobby, the much more famous race car driver. Though Donnie had his famous moment as well. 1979 Daytona 500. Him and Cale Yarborough got together on the last lap, going for the lead. Ended up in the infield. Bobby Allison pulled in to check on his brother. And, of course, the big fight ensued. And you guys might have seen, even if you're not a NASCAR fan, you might have seen video of those three duking it out there in the infield. I think that was the first ever flag-to-flag televised coverage, I think on CBS, of the Daytona 500. So that, of course, blew up the sport, because who doesn't like a good fight? So that was Donnie, Bobby, and Cale. And I do have a card with all three of them that all three of them had signed. I don't know where that card is, but I did get them all TTM on a card of that event. And who won that race, by the way, that 1979 Daytona 500? That would have been Richard Petty, who was a half a lap back in third place when that happened. Of course, his crew chief at the time, Dale Inman, to bring it full circle. Nice return from Donnie Allison. Get him while you can. He's a great signer, and of course, a newly minted NASCAR Hall of Famer. Let's move on, guys, to our next return. Next return is from Orlando, Florida, and I'm guessing baseball player, because those NASCAR guys do not like to leave North Carolina. They do not like warm weather one bit. We've got Shane Greene back. All right, Shane Greene on an Archives card. Braves. In fact, he was a 2019 All-Star for the Braves. We got 3 Archives cards. Look at that. 70, 71, and 72 Topps Archives of Shane Greene. 10-year big league career. Not technically over yet, but he hasn't pitched since he got into 2 games with the Cubs back in 2023. Spent 5 of those years with Detroit, 3 with Atlanta, also the Yankees and Dodgers, and of course those last 2 games with the Cubs in 2023. Ended up on the Round Rock Express for Texas last season. 6 games before getting injured and missing the rest of the year, and he didn't play anywhere in 2025. So 36 years young, it might be the end of the line for Shane Greene. Either way, great signer, nice return from him. These cards look sharp. Nice little signature, too. So there you guys go. There's information. Nice return from Shane Greene. Let's move on to our final return of the day. All right, Richmond, Virginia, for our final return of this week's Through the Mail Monday. We've got an unsigned index card. We've got some envelope shrapnel I'm going to get rid of. And we've got Steve Farr. That's right, 1985 World Series champion Steve Farr. There he is in 89 Upper Deck with the Royals. 11-year big league career as a pitcher, reliever, kind of did everything. 6 with KC, 3 with the Yanks, 2 with Cleveland, and then a year with Boston. Actually, 132 saves during that 11-year career. In fact, he led the Yankees each year he played for them in saves. That's right, 92, 93, and 94 before being supplanted by, Mariano Rivera, and ending up on the Indians in 95. So there you guys go. Steve Farr, awesome signer. I did not have him inscribe anything on that 89 Upper Deck card, which I should have done. So, dang it. 89 Upper Deck card signed for the set. Maybe you'll see another 89 Upper Deck card from Steve Farr here in the next year or two. But who knows? That is it for this week's Through the Mail Monday. Sometimes I am very good at requesting inscriptions, and sometimes I just totally forget. So there you guys go. There's this week's haul. Check that out. We got some cars in there. We got NASCAR. We got some old Richard Petty Dodge Mopar action for you. For you NASCAR fans, of course, the what are we at? The round of 8 now of the playoff championship here in the final season before, of course, the NASCAR season is over with. Very sad. Gonna miss it. Talladega was last weekend, but hey, we still have baseball. We got baseball, football's in full swing. Of course, baseball the World Series is going back to LA, tied 1 series apiece. Of course, Yamamoto with a complete game today as I am filming this on Saturday. What else happened today? The Ducks won a sloppy game in Eugene, which I did not go to this time because the weather was terrible and I didn't think it'd be much of a game, but go figure. It actually was kind of much more of a game than I thought it would be. So, but boy, I'm glad I wasn't in that rain. That looked miserable. So that's it, my friends. Thanks for watching Through the Mail Monday. Hit that subscribe button. I do this every week. I've done it for the last 353 weeks in a row without fail. Of course, I went to ICP last Sunday. Told you guys I was going. Everyone ignored me except one guy. One guy gave me a whoop whoop, so that was kind of cool. That was fun. National Guard, not needed in Portland, Oregon. We've got the Juggalos and, of course, the Juggalettes. And that was fun. Actually, I had tickets to go to Maroon 5 on Thursday in Moda Center. Boy, what a from one extreme to the next there. But I gave them to my sister and her daughter because I could not go. I had kind of a work thing going on. Super stressful when you own a pizza place and your dough machine breaks and you've got to make dough in one location and take it to another location in the middle of the night. Before one of your busier days of the year, Friday. And of course, this Friday is going to be Halloween, which will probably be our busiest sales day at each of our stores, bar none, in the 15 years we've been around. So it's going to be crazy. Every time Halloween lines up on a Friday, it's a record-breaking day for us sales-wise. And yeah, by the way, if you didn't know, Halloween is, at least for us, busiest pizza day of the year, busier than the Super Bowl. In fact, Super Bowl gets a lot of hype for it being a pizza day. Kind of a more of a what do they call those things? A potluck type day. Nachos and wings and all sorts of stuff. Not really pizza. A lot of pizza, of course, prior to the game, but after the game starts. And I think the timing of it here in the West Coast kind of throws it off a little bit too, but not a whole. We have our busy couple hours prior to the game, but it's nothing like Halloween usually. So anyway, that's it, gang. I did see Maroon 5 a couple years ago, in fact, in Vegas at their residency at the T-Mobile Arena. No, that's not where they were. I don't know where they were. They were somewhere. In. In Vegas. We were staying at the hotel they were playing at. Was it like the Michelob Ultra Arena at, I think, Park MGM maybe? I think that was it, actually. But they put on an awesome show, actually. And more songs, more hits than you think. One of those groups you go and see and you're like, oh, they play this. Oh, they play this one too. And you just, Anyway, done rambling. Thanks, guys, for watching. Let's see. We got more set updates last Friday and this Friday, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've got set updates already uploaded and finished all the way through February of next year. That's right. This new video software I'm using, like, I got a brand new desktop computer here. I got it last year during Black Friday at Costco. Pretty sweet deal on it. And I kind of got it better because I was getting higher quality video. I was doing 8K and 4K video stuff. So I was like, I needed some more horsepower under the hood on some of these videos. And my other one was kind of crapping out on me every now and then. So I bought a brand new computer. And that last piece of software I used, man, it was just terrible. So bad. It just made me like, is this just a crappy computer? No, it was the crappy software. I moved over to Pinnacle Power Director, and it's like a yearly membership thing, which I swore I would never do, but it's like $80 a year, and you know what? Worth every penny. I've already updated it like 5 times with updates, and it's crashed maybe twice on me, which is pretty good. The other one crashed on me all the time. I had to do save, and this one doesn't quite autosave like the other one did. I'm not sure why the autosave. I haven't quite figured it out yet on here, so that was my only gripe about it. But I had a couple problems, and I shut it down, and I reloaded it, and it was solved. So I mean, Couple bugs with this one, but man, it runs so fast and so smooth. I busted out those set update videos super fast. I had all my templates saved. My Chris cards in the front was always typed in manually. Now I have it saved. I can just drag it on the timeline and it's there where I want it. All my favorite transitions are there and this, that, and the other. And it's so smooth and so quick. And it encodes in like 3 or 4 minutes. And then, oh yeah, it still takes a long time to upload. So that is not going to be solved by software. But yeah, the software is awesome. I love it. And yeah, I just made a bunch of set update videos and I loved it. I put in so many cards. I still have so many more cards to put in, but as you guys see, I'm getting my 89 upper deck situated, 87 top, 74 tops. Really bummed out that Ray Burrus 74 tops card is MIA. Got to buy another one, which sucks because I had the whole set, obviously. So losing one of those cards and having to buy another one, it doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. It just adds to the cost of the set and all that stuff. So it's just kind of it's frustrating. So I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe just misplaced it. No big deal. It happens. Yeah, we all make mistakes. I think Ray Burrus just made a mistake. No big deal. I'll buy another 74 tops card and send it back to him. So it is what it is. Thanks, guys, for watching. Once again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want, and, of course, comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of this week's returns. A couple of NASCAR guys in here. Not your, like, you know, famous, regular, everyday NASCAR guys. Probably some of them, maybe some guys you've never heard of. So anyway, that's it, my friends. I'm done rambling. Sorry this is almost 20 minutes now, but, you know, you guys know me better. You guys should know me by now. It just it happens every week. I can't help it. All right, that's it. See ya.